Doug Melvin making his way down to the booth here. We're going to chat with the Brewers general manager as we get going here in the bottom of the first inning. And Parra, first ball swinging, fouls it away. Well, Doug, it's been a wild few days here, and especially for you with the whole Gomez situation with the Mets last night. But what can you tell us about Gomez and Fiers to the Astros and maybe some of the players the Brewers are getting in return?
Yeah, it was very tough when trading Michael Fiers, who's come through our system, and then the Carlos Gomez, who's brought a lot of excitement to this organization and traded for him. Whenever you trade for a player and you're very excited, and you don't like to think you're trading him away, but it happens in today's game. But we got 4 pretty good players that they're not major league ready yet, but Domingo Santana, an outfielder at AAA, Brett Phillips, who was really was an untouchable until we talked about including Fiers in the trade. Josh Hader, a left-handed pitcher, and Adrian Hauser, a right-handed pitcher. So all 4 of them are at 3 of them at AA, and Santana's in AAA, and just adding some depth to our organization of good young talent. And it was tough. I talked to Carlos, and it wasn't easy. We both got a little emotional and that, but that happens with a player that's as popular as he was. So not easy at this time of the year, and but we're happy to add 4 good quality, what we consider quality young players.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about what your last 24 hours has been. I mean, the reports were that Carlos was traded to the Mets, then he wasn't traded to the Mets. Walk us through that and tell us what you can about that.
Yeah, we felt that we had a deal done with the Mets, and Sandy Alderson and I had worked hard. Sandy was pretty persistent in calling, but over the last 3 days it picked up on Carlos for the Wheeler and Wilmer Flores. And when trades happen, they have a tendency to get leaked, though this one with Houston did not. So it was pretty good that it did not get leaked or wasn't even talked about. And the New York trade was, and it made it difficult. But in the end, teams have to feel comfortable at the end. At the process of going through medicals and physicals, there's boxes to check off, sometimes with contracts, and if you don't have a comfort level, you still have that ability for the trade not to be finished, and that's what happened last night.
Parra flies out to left to start the bottom of the first inning. Spending a few minutes here with Doug Melvin. We know you have to run here. Your phone's ringing, and you're getting text messages as we speak. And trade deadline ends tomorrow, 3 p.m. Central. So just if you can give us a sense of what it's like for you and your staff right now, and how the operation works this time of year. Perhaps maybe more trades would be coming.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of people in the war room. We decided Zach Manassian, our pro scouting director, made the recommendation of bringing 5 scouts in and let them experience what we go through at the trade deadline, and having them here and talking about players. And it was a very smart move, because we've gone over a lot of players, a lot of teams, and we have 5 pro scouts in, and then they went back out scouting. We brought in another 6 pro scouts, and they're up in the room, and they've been here. But it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Last night I was doing emails to the guys at 2 in the morning. Mark Antonacci's out in Hawaii, so there's a 5-hour difference. So keeping up with him at 2 in the morning, but I had a chance to wake him up at 5 this morning.
Nice.
So, but the hours are long. You just have a lot of discussions. You have breakfast and lunch up there. You don't leave the room. It's a lot of fun. You do really go through a lot of organizations. You see the players, the prospects. You stay in touch with all the so-called rumors and that. But there's been a lot of transactions. I still think there's going to be some more even tomorrow. A lot of things have taken place. A lot of clubs, some big name players going, including Carlos and Mike Fiers. So a lot of people would love to be in that room and hear everything that goes on.
Sure.
But there's trades that you say you do. You have some good interaction. We have some debates. I called a couple guys nuts yesterday for a proposal they made. So that happens, but it's fun.
Oh, it's fair in love and war, right?
Yeah, I guess I get a chance as a general manager to call people nuts.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
because there's many times that I've been accused of being crazy. So.
All right, this is your chance. We've taken way too much of your time already.
That's all right.
Perhaps we'll have you back on if there is another trade. Thanks for coming over here and doing this. I know you're being pulled in many directions. So
all right.
Congratulations on the trade. I know you guys have mixed emotions about a trade like this, especially with a player like Fiers who's come up through the system, and Gomez, of course. who developed into a superstar under your watch.
Well, I'll always remember him scoring that winning run against Arizona.
Sure.
And that it means a lot to us.
All right, Doug. Thanks for coming on with us. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Doug.
And perhaps we will see more of Doug Melvin. And you know, Brock, just watching Doug go, you know, he's getting a little emotional right there, and it does. These guys aren't robots.
It's like family. I mean, the players that he's brought over, and they have you know, brought through the minor league system, and when it's time to say goodbye, it can be tough sometimes.
I think Doug feels, because we've talked about it before, but you know, the chance that the Brewers give a guy like Mike Fiers, and the chance that they gave Carlos Gomez, and they emerge into very talented players. Of course, Gomez across the board, a two-time All-Star. I mean, a star-level player in the major leagues. So tough to trade him away, as Braun is called for a second strike on a swing, unable to check his swing.
But their work is not done. I mean, they're still grinding up there. You know, I was back there, back of the press box when Doug addressed the media. He said that you know, the Astros and the Brewers had been talking along the way. They've been talking for a couple of weeks. You know, the Met deal was looked like it was going to happen. Then as soon as that fell apart, he went right back to the Astros and very quickly put that deal together. So a lot of layers to all this stuff.